Social networking. 18 months ago I got into social networks and my life has completely changed ever since. It's gone from...
Well, you don't have a life.
I didn't before, believe it or not.
Is it good or bad?
When I say I didn't have a life, I didn't have it as an enriched life as I have now, because I've made some connections with some incredibly cool people. It's helped my business.
Who are those people?
One of them would be Christian Payne.
Nice guy.
Yeah, he's not a bad guy. Yeah, he runs this website. Do you know what? Can you know this URL?
It's got a couple.
That was it, Documentally. That was it, documentally.com. Yeah. So you meet some really interesting people who you can bounce ideas off, and I think that's the core to social media that people don't recognise. They just assume that it's something that you add on and complement as a tool. It's not just something that you go, yeah, I'm in social media now, I'm on Twitter. To people and they go, yeah, that's great. And for me, it's been about an empowerment thing, a validation thing, the fact that I can play with the big boys of Seismic who get 6.5 million dollars. It connects you with people that you would never talk to at, you know, top ends of the chain. But it's a real great way of connecting with people.
Because people often say to me when I tell them about social media is, what's in it for my business? How's it going to make me money?
Check this out.
Yeah, I think she brought up a very interesting point. There's a lot of people looking at it as, how can I make money off it? You should be, to be honest, you should already have something in your life that you're making money off anyway. It's not there's no magic bullet for social media. You can't just get in social media and make money. That's not what it's about. For me, it sorts out the people who
doing
can.
that is like going to a business meeting and saying, "Hi, my name's Christian. Phil, how can you earn me some money, Phil?"
Yeah. Sorry, I thought you meant
whereas no, it's not. But whereas with social media, there's definitely enrichment that comes from the connections. Just by suddenly saying, "I'm going to get involved in this." This year, my carbon footprint has gone through the roof. I've got to plant a lot of trees from where me and Phil, for example, are being flown to talk, to engage with people. We're getting a little bit of sponsorship. You know, we wouldn't necessarily say we can retire just yet, but it's coming from conversations we're making where we're not selling ourselves. More importantly for me is the mobile side of social media. The fact I can tweet from my phone suddenly means that I actually have something to document in my life.
And geolocated.
How many people exactly are sat there blogging from their desk about, "Ooh, I've got a new pencil"? Because they're not going anywhere and doing anything. They're chained to their computers. Get yourself a laptop, get yourself an N95, get yourself a mobile video camera, and suddenly you are actually experiencing life at the same time as blogging it. And I think that's really important. Mobile media and social media combined now is just going to be massive. I live between a combination of Seismic and Twitter. Seismic for the real personal engagement of being able to actually look at someone in the eye and feel like I'm having that fleshy meet-up, and Twitter for everything else. And I could survive with those two places, I think.
Like I was trying to say earlier on, 18 months, built 2,000 followers on Twitter. And I say that built because I've done it on purpose. I think there's a certain amount of density that you can actually reach people. Those 2,000 people are not just, you know, listening to what I've got to say. I'll probably get 20 responses from those 2,000 people. But the targeted network of people that I've tapped into accept me for who I am, at least I hope they do. They like me because I'm creative or I have something that I can offer them, and oftentimes I do it for free. PodCamp started, you know, we did a PodCamp in Birmingham, lots of people came to that. I went to Stockholm.
Went to South by Southwest.
South by Southwest in Boston. And these were all sponsored by people who are in social media, you know, businesses that are in social media, because they understand the value of us spreading the message of empowerment. The number one thing about all of this, Web 2 sites, all the new stuff that's on the internet, is about validation and empowerment, sorting out the people who can from the people who can't. And then the people who can't can learn from the people who can very, very easily in their time frame, whenever they want to do it. And it's not to be scared of. You know, you don't have to jump into you can't walk into a pub and join a conversation that people are having at a bar. So you can't expect it to be the same online. You know, don't be worried about just listening for a bit. Don't be worried about asking the question. Don't feel like you have to be or get the impression that you have to be as talented as the people that you want to connect with. Sometimes just asking a question, showing people your your ability and your talent is more than enough to start a conversation. Give people the backstory. Give people, you know, information to go on. I have a Flickr stream, Facebook stream, Twitter stream, Seismic, and I use all of them. It's not about a golden bullet with one side. It's about a spread of different sides that I can look at that media any time of the day on my terms.
What's going to happen in a year, and where will we be in 5 years?
There's going to be a lot more.
We're getting a job out of this. What's happening in 5 years?
A lot more integration with mobile media. There'll be the technology at the moment is catching up with the ideas. You should see some of the things that Phil's building at the moment. It's only the technology that's stopping it from being disseminated worldwide. Same for some of the things we're thinking about. We're actually moving a little bit more into the fleshy world as well, and hoping to create meetups which are going to be incorporating hippies with technology.
Yes.
Because the whole mobile, the whole solar, the whole being off the grid.
It's huge.
WiMAX. Think of WiMAX. Think of is it grid networks? What's the
mesh?
Mesh networks.
What are they?
Mesh networks are a way of empowering places in the world that don't have, for example, your normal mobile phone towers, to use each other's signals to hop off one another and create communication.
We're talking Africa. There's a place called Lesotho.
Africa's not on the net as such as yet, not properly. They have very, very intermittent internet. As soon as Africa joins the game, things are just going to take off, because it means the investment in the technology that can be introduced there can be used worldwide for the little pockets of communities that don't get to talk. Suddenly, the internet is levelling the playing field.
Makes everything flat.
Applications that are being able to be, that people are using at the moment for people to talk, are putting. I mean, who was I talking to? The inventor of eBay. Just having a chat with him the other day on one of the applications that I'm on, thinking, you can't just walk into his office and say, hi, I'd like an appointment with what's his face, that I can't remember his name, we're that close. So it's a great leveller, and I can't wait to see third world countries coming up.
But to quickly answer, 1 year from now, geolocation in terms of, you know, I'm twittering or using whatever method to communicate, geolocated to where I am. Yes, there might be some privacy issues involved with that. That will be ironed out over the next year. 5 years from now, head-up displays in glasses, transparent, you know, foldable, wrappable media tablets, you know, through see-through pieces of
At the moment, audio is still king. The podcast is something you do while you're doing so many other things. So I think as soon as video catches up and is able to do that, and you do, like you say, have a little peripheral projector inside your glasses. The technology's there now. I saw a guy sneakily testing one in the Apple shop recently on all the iPods. It was one tiny little slim device with a transparent screen, and I was like, what on earth is that? Oh, you're not meant to look at it. It's all right, I'm not a journalist.
So to finish up, where can you be found, Phil?
You can find me anywhere on the internet by just searching for Phil Campbell, but twitter.com/Phil Campbell.
I'm Christian Payne. I can be found on ourmaninside.com or documentary.com.
Thank you very much.